Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Jaya Gopal Ji, Gopal. पाद सपरिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद शिला अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैराग्य शिरोमणि शिल गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट सच्चिदानंदन शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाशय की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री नरोत्तम श्यामानंद श्रीनिवास प्रभुत्रय गण की जय। श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ श्री षड गोस्वामी प्रभु गण की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर महाशय की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा देवी जमुना देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurang. निताई गौर हरि बोल।
हरि बोल।
जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। ओ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं कृष्ण विष्णुपादाय कृष्णामृताय पुत्रये श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत वासुदेव गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेव परावेदा वासुदेव परामखा वासुदेव परो योगो वासुदेव परक्रिया वासुदेव परम ज्ञानम वासुदेव परम तपः वासुदेव परो धर्मो वासुदेव परागतिः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांघ्रये। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनया तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण या कल्पिता। श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलम् प्रेम पुमर्तो महा। श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदम् तत्रादरो न परः। Hare Krishna. We are continuing our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, text 21. बाह्य स्पर्शेष असक्तात्मा विन्द्यत् आत्मनि यत् सुखम् स ब्रह्म योग युक्तात्मा सुखम अक्षयम अश्नुते। अभिनव
बाह्य स्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा विन्दात्यात्मनि स यत् सुखम् स ब्रह्म योगयुक्तात्मा सुखम् अक्षयमश्नुते।
हरो
बाह्य स्पर्शेष्व आक्तात्मा
बाह्य स्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा
विन्दत् यात्मनि यत् सुखम्
विन्दत् आत्मनि यत् सुखम्
स ब्रह्मयोग युक्तात्मा सुखम् अक्षयम् अश्नुते।
Synonyms: Bahya sparsheshu, in external sense pleasure. External sense pleasure means pleasure or enjoyment that we derive from outside things. It could be ice cream, it could be a movie, it could be a comfortable Airbnb, it could be a nice car, a nice perfume, nice clothes. Hare Krishna. It could be anything, something external that gives us pleasure. Asaktatma, one who is attached to sense pleasures, sense gratification. Vindati enjoys, Atmani in the self, Yat that which, Sukham happiness, Saha he, Brahma Yoga by concentration in Brahman, in spiritual concentration, Yuktatma self connected, connected with the true self, Sukham happiness, Akshayam that which will never get over, unlimited, Ashnute enjoys. So, two types of people enjoy in this world, the materialists and the spiritualists. Both enjoy. You talk to a materialistic person, "Ah, it was so nice. The game was so good. The vacation was so nice." You know? So, materialists are enjoying. And the spiritualists are also enjoying. Wow, what an ecstatic kirtan. What an amazing darshan. What wonderful festival. What nice katha. So, devotees are enjoying and materialists are enjoying. Krishna is telling what is the difference between the enjoyment of a materialist and the enjoyment of a spiritualist. Can we deny that there is pleasure in material life? We cannot deny. So many people are enjoying. They're happy in a lot of ways. And we are also happy. That's why we are coming for satsang. What is the difference between happiness of a spiritualist and happiness of a materialist? There are big hoardings, casino, only 300 miles. If we have a satsang, 300 miles, nobody will come. And how many miles people fly to certain places where there are casinos and intense sense enjoyment. So there is enjoyment in sense gratification and there is enjoyment in spiritual activities. What is the difference? That Krishna explains in today's verse. Bahya sparshash asaktatma vindat atmani yat sukham sa brahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, and through Arjun, Lord Krishna is telling all of us. Such a liberated person who is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness. Sukham akshayam ashnute. Ashnute means enjoys, experiences. Akshayam means unlimited, जिसका कभी क्षय नहीं होता. Pleasure that never ends. Sukham. That's what he enjoys. Whereas Krishna says that yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the enjoyment derived from sense objects, all the sense objects that we can imagine, from a perfume to a cruise ship, they have a beginning, the vacation starts, and they have an end. Vacation ends. Then, no matter how much you have enjoyed, no matter whether you are first class passenger or economy passenger, you have to leave the cruise ship. Ad anta, anta kaunte. Oh Kuntinandan Arjun, material pleasure has a beginning and an end. This we must remember. Thank God it's. And then Monday blues. Correct? Enjoyment in this material world, material enjoyment has a beginning, and because it has a beginning, it is going to end. Yehi samsparshaja bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. Samsparshaja means the pleasures derived by contact of our senses, skin, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, with the sense objects. It has a beginning and it has an end. Ad anta. Ad means beginning, anta means end. Adantavanta kaunteya, and therefore na teshu ramate Buddha. A Buddha, an intelligent person, will not run after sense pleasures which are temporary, which have a beginning, which have an end, and they are not sustainable. Let us go for happiness that is sustainable. Please tell me, is material enjoyment sustainable? I love rasgullas, rasmalai. Is it sustainable pleasure? It's not sustainable pleasure. I love to gamble in casinos. Is it sustainable pleasure?
No.
I love going for vacations. Like one of my hospital friends was telling me, husband, wife, doctor, and it was their anniversary, so we were all wishing them. So they said, cheers, guys. Something 42 done and some more left, 58 left. They said, when we got married, we made a vow, and I was all ears. What vow they took? We will visit 100 new countries after marriage. 42 are done, 58 to go. Said every year, 2 countries we visit, 3 countries we visit. So in 50 years of marriage, if we have, we'll visit more than 100 countries together. Wow. पहले लोग तीर्थ यात्रा जाते थे. So they go to all these places. But these pleasures always have a beginning and an end. They went to Iceland. And when they came back, I happened to be next to them in the physician lounge charting. We just came back from Iceland. And I said, how was it? It was so good. We didn't want to come back. Adantavanta kaunteya. But you had to come back. You had to come back. These pleasures will end one day. The body will not be able to perceive those pleasures anymore. Can Steph Curry play NBA all his life? Adantavanta kaunteya. Stardom, Adantavanta kaunteya. It has a beginning and it has an end. Is there any end to Harikatha? Is there any end to loving Krishna? Is there any end to taking darshan of our favorite deities?
No.
Did Prabhupada get bored? I am 82 years old. I have been chanting this Mahamantra all my life. Enough. Kuch aur do.
No. No.
Did it ever happen like that?
No.
Did Mahaprabhu get bored of Krishna consciousness? Anandambudhi vardhanam pratipadam purna amrita aswadan. Spiritual pleasure keeps on increasing day after day. Material pleasure may remain. Our capacity to enjoy that material pleasure diminishes. Personally, I love to go for hikes. Can I continue to go for hikes all my life?
No.
Arthritis, knee replacement, meniscus tear, ACL tear, old age, rain, snow. But even on his deathbed, Srila Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj said, this is amazing what I'm experiencing. His body is riddled with cancer. Dear friends, I keep giving the example of Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj because in my life it is so inspiring. Because I see this every day. Today I took one patient to inpatient hospice, which means she's going to die within a few hours. I see how these patients die. Hundreds of them over the years. And never have I met a patient who says, I have met patients who have said, I am ready to meet Jesus. I have seen that. I am ready to meet Jesus. And that's glorious. But I have never seen anyone say, this is amazing. My Guru Maharaj says, 3 times Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said on his deathbed. Maharaj was chanting, devotees were chanting, and he was just listening to the kirtan. He could not even sing. Tears in his eyes, just absorbing the kirtan. And then he held Maharaj's hand and he said, Maharaj, we have made it. We have entered Chaitanya Charitamrita. These were some of his last words. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is Prem Nam Sankirtan, and that is what we are experiencing. Maharaj, we have made it. This is amazing. He did like amazing. He said, this is amazing. 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 3 times he said, we don't know what he was experiencing. And then he said, this cannot get better. But still, it keeps getting better every moment. It's just the same Mahamantra. Kunti Devi, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, she had liver cancer. She went to Mayapur. She was so weak, she could not even lift up a Bhagavad Gītā. This was in the early 1990s, I think. She could not even pick up Prabhupada's book and read. She was so weak. Her whole body was falling apart. And my Guru Maharaj went to meet her. Her whole eyes were dark orange yellow with jaundice. She has not eaten anything. All her muscles were wasted away. So much so that she could not even pick up a book to read. And my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, went to visit her in the room in Mayapur temple. And she looked at Maharaj and her face was so bright, Maharaj says, as if it lit up the whole room. And she said, this is amazing. What is amazing? Your whole body is dying. You're having so much pain. What is amazing? She said, a godbrother of mine just gifted me this desktop computer. And she's sitting in a chair and she said, I'm so weak, I cannot even pick up a book. This is in the late 1980s, early 1990s. You know, those big computers used to have. And in that hard drive, he downloaded the entire folio. Folio is Prabhupada's all books. Full Bhagavad Gītā, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Maharaj found her with her finger, she was rolling the mouse. And you just have to scroll. All the books are there. Just keep scrolling. And she was reading Srimad Bhagavatam. This is amazing, Maharaj. This is amazing. I cannot even pick up a book. But here, Prabhupada has given everything on the computer. I can just scroll and read everything. And I'm reading. And Maharaj said, what are you reading? He said, Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is so amazing. Maharaj said, what is so amazing? You have attended so many Bhagavatam classes. You have read Srimad Bhagavatam so many times. What is amazing? She said, I can experience that I am on the banks of Ganga. And Parikshit Maharaj has given up eating and drinking. And he's sitting at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Beg your pardon. He's sitting at the lotus feet of Shukdev Goswami, Shri Shukdev Goswami. And Shri Shukdev Goswami is speaking. And Parikshit Maharaj is listening. And there are thousands of pure devotee sadhus sitting there. The likes of Vishwanath, Vishwamitra Muni, Vasishtha Muni, Narad Muni, Vyasdev is sitting. Everybody is sitting there and they are listening. And I am a woman. I cannot go there. So I'm sitting far behind. And I'm not able to hear Shukdev Goswami. But Prabhupada is able to hear. And Prabhupada is explaining me whatever Shukdev Goswami is saying to Parikshit Maharaj through these purports. I can actually experience my Guru Dev Srila Prabhupada telling me in English what Shukdev Goswami is speaking in Sanskrit, which I anyway cannot understand. This is amazing. And I can hear all 7 days what Shukdev Goswami spoke. She was just so grateful, just so happy. On the other hand, when I see the people who are not spiritualists, people who are on the path of material enjoyment, when they are face to face with death, when they face a difficult diagnosis, when I tell them, you have got cancer that has already spread, their reaction is one of frustration. Why me? I remember once a math professor from a big university He was having just weakness and very, very ideal life. Professor of mathematics, very intelligent. Wife is also PhD. He is also PhD. 3 children, minivan, single family home, dog. They were living the American dream. I know this couple. And he used to go to gym. He had a very chill job. And he used to work out in the gym and he collapsed in the gym. That's how he got admitted. Said, maybe I overdid it, but doesn't seem right. I'm too young. He was in his late 30s to collapse like that. We checked blood work. All his blood counts were completely off. Got a bone marrow biopsy. He had a very aggressive type of leukemia. And I sat down with him and told him the diagnosis. And he said, this is devastating, doctor. I've got 3 kids. I've got a young wife. I'm in my late 30s. This is all my life. I knew there is no God, but today I'm convinced there is no God because I did no wrong in my life to get this diagnosis. Do you believe in God? He asked me. I said, yes, I do. I thought so. He said, look at it. If you were me, what would you have done? He asked me. Actually, that time I was also in my late 30s. So I could relate to him. I was 39. He said, if you were in my situation, what would you do? What would you think? What would you worry about? And I said, I am here as a doctor. I'm not really in a position to think like a patient right now. In my mind, what needs to be done for you is going on. He said, doc, sit down. Put yourself in my position. We are almost the same age. Do you have children? I said, 2. You have a wife? I said, yes. Sit down, please. Put yourself in my shoes and think and tell me what would be your greatest worry if today you were given this diagnosis. I said, all right. I sat down. I prayed to Krishna and I actually thought that I am 39 years old and I go for my annual physical and something happens, tests are done, and few days later I'm sitting with my doctor and he tells me, Abhay, you have acute myeloid leukemia, a very aggressive form. You will die if chemotherapy is not started within few days. Then I opened my eyes, I looked at him and I said, my biggest worry is that my heart has not become pure yet. I need to work on myself. I have very little time. You will worry about what? I said, I will worry about purification. He literally cussed at me. Said, get out of here. Get out of here. I have a child in elementary school. I have 2 other kids. My wife gave up her job because I have such a great job just to look after the kids, be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm dying and you are worrying about purification? What nonsense. Doc, just go. He was so frustrated with me. He could not relate. But honestly, when I thought that if really I am dying in a few weeks or months or days, I would really worry, where am I going? What have I done with my human life? My Guru Maharaj had so much faith in me that he initiated me. What have I done with my life? I will worry about that. Spiritual life is really very beautiful. So when I see the contrast between the frustration, the anger that materialists experience when they face reversals, and the bliss, I'm not saying devotees accept reversals. The bliss the devotees experience when they go through reversals That is how great spiritual life is. When we are told that you are going to die in a few days, you've got a very bad diagnosis. Yes, you are young, and we actually go, yay, Hari Bol. I'm so happy. This is Krishna's mercy. Now, in a short time, I will be with Krishna. That means we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Unless and until we are like a person. Ajay Prabhu was traveling. What do we do at the gate? We are sitting with our bag, and when our zone is called, Zone A, boarding, come on. What do? Just pick up our bag and poof, we are gone. If, my dear friends, we can go so deep in Krishna consciousness that we live our life like that. This is our bag. Krishna, call me today. I am ready to die today. My bag is packed. Just call me. I am ready to leave this world. If that much attachment we have in Krishna, that much faith we have in Krishna, then we are devotees. We should be ready with our bags packed. This is Krishna consciousness. Anything other than this standard is not Krishna consciousness. Today, if we have to die, you will not see the sunrise tomorrow. And we say, Hari Bol. I am ready. I am ready, Krishna. I am ready for you. I have no attachment in this world. What about your Maithili? Krishna, you take care of her. I was never her father. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu vatsakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravidam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. To internalize this shlok is Krishna consciousness. It's easy to recite it. Nice melody, sounds good. But to follow it, can we live by that? Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest spiritual book. And the first commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam was Srila Sridhar Swami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita says that the most authoritative tika, commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, is by Srila Sridhar Swami. He is the original commentator. And he was a devotee of Lord Narasimhadev, Srila Sridhar Swami. And he was married. And he had a child. He was very young. His wife died during labor, which was quite common in those days. Maternal mortality rate was quite high in those days. This was around 1,500 years ago in India. After his wife died, he developed an intense sense of detachment from this world because he saw his wife die. He said, this is how fickle life is. I cannot be living my life just eating, sleeping, building a house, earning money. There must be something more to life than this. I must give up everything to search for God. But then he had a newborn baby. How could he leave the baby? How could he leave the baby? Just a newborn baby. Helpless. Mother is gone. Now you have to dilute cow's milk and feed him. At the same time, his longing for Krishna was growing stronger and stronger every day. And he prayed to Lord Narasimhadev. What should I do? In my heart, I have a calling that I must take sannyas. By taking my wife away, you have taken away my attachment. I must find you. I must seek you. I want to become a pure devotee. I want to become a sannyasi. Can I take sannyas? He was praying to Lord Narasimhadev. Part of him was saying, no, you have a newborn child, you have to take care of. You cannot abandon the child. And part of him was saying, take sannyas, take sannyas, take sannyas. As these thoughts were raging in his mind, he went off to sleep, praying to Lord Narasimhadev, please show me the way. Please show me the way. Please give me the answer. What do you want me to do? He slept. A ghee lamp was burning in the house. He was lying down. Early in the morning, before Brahma Muhurta, 3 o'clock, his sleep broke. And he looked at the ceiling. A lizard gave birth to a baby lizard and went away. And the baby lizard was just there. Because of the ghee lamp, there were many small insects attracted. Bzz, they were buzzing. Hundreds of them. You have seen in India how many insects get attracted to light. And he was thinking, what is going to happen to this baby lizard? How will the baby lizard survive? The lizard is so small. A small insect went near the lizard. The baby lizard that was just born instinctively ate that small insect. Sridhar Swami said, I got my answer. Child was sleeping. He got up and he left. One who is providing to the baby lizard will provide to my baby also. Krishna. And he became the great Sridhar Swami, who wrote the first commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, all 12 cantos. He is the first Tikakar. He wrote the commentary in Sanskrit and presented to the Vidvat Sabha in Varanasi. And they were all Mayavadi people. They said, throw this Tika in the Ganga. It's useless. It's filled with bhakti. He said, this Tika has come from my heart. Please at least read it to see if it is acceptable. They said, we read it. It's not acceptable. It's a useless commentary. Filled with devotion, 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 devotion. What is this bhakti? Bhakti is for sentimental people. It is not for Vidwan. Vidwan people discuss philosophy. We will keep this book in front of Vishwanath. In Varanasi, the Adhishtatri Dev, Dhameshwar, is Lord Vishwanath, Lord Shiva. We'll keep this Tika in front of Lord Shiva and close the temple at night as we usually do. If Lord Shiva endorses your commentary, then your commentary will survive. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, when the temple gates open, your Tika is going in the Ganga. In those days, there was no backup hard drive, backup cloud. Thrown in Ganga is the only copy that he wrote. It's gone forever. Thousands of pages. This Sridhar Swami's Tika was kept in front of Lord Vishwanath, Lord Shiva. Temple was closed. Next day morning, when the temple doors were opened, Lord Shiva himself had written a verse endorsing that Tika on the first page. Would you like to know what Shankar Bhagwan wrote? Aham vedmi shuko veti vyaso veti na veti va bhaktya bhagavatam grayam na budhaya na chatikaya. They were rejecting the commentary, saying that it was full of bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. Lord Shiva wrote, Aham vedmi, I understand Bhagavatam. Shuko veti, he spoke, of course, he knows what he's speaking. I understand Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami understand Bhagavatam. Aham vedmi, Shuko vetti. Vyaso vetti na vetti. I don't know. There's a doubt whether Vyasdev understands Bhagavatam or not. Vyaso vetti na vetti va. There is a doubt whether Vyasdev knows Bhagavatam or not. But Sridhar knows. Bhaktya Bhagavatam grahayam न बुधया न चटिकया. तुम लोग विद्वान लोग बुद्धि लड़ा रहे हो, बुद्धि से भागवतम को नहीं समझाया रहता. भागवतम कैन बी अंडरस्टूड थ्रू भक्ति ओनली. भक्त्या भागवतम ग्राह्यम. A bhakta can understand Bhagavatam, na budhaya, not with IQ, not with the gray cells, na cha tikaya, and not by reading different commentaries. You can say, oh, I have understood, I have PhD in Bhagavatam. Aham vedmi shuko vetti, vyaso vetti na vetti va, bhaktya bhagavatam grahayam na budhaya, na cha tikaya. This Sridhar Swami, he had such renunciation. This renunciation, this ability to just pick up the bag when the death calls, yes, Krishna, kalosmi. Mrityu sarva haras cha aham. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am death. Mrityu sarva haras cha aham. Krishna says, I am death. So when death comes, Krishna has come. Krishna is calling. Why wait? Why make Krishna wait? Let's go. Doesn't sound good? Listen to me. How many of us are going to live here forever in the same body? How many? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshasthawaram icchanti kimmascharya atha param. Ahani means day. Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam. Day after day people are dispatched to the abode of death. American Airlines flight, did they ever think? There is no guarantee. I remember Damodar Lila Prabhu and me, we went for Sunday feast in the temple. His Holiness Ritudhoj Maharaj was giving Sunday feast. How many of you for the first time Sunday feast? Raise your hands. Few hands went up. How many of you have come for the first time? Raise your hand. Sunday feast. Every Sunday we ask, right? Couple of hands went up. Then he said, how many of you have come for the very last time? Raise your hands. Hare Krishna. You remember that? What a profound question. How many of you have come for the very last time? All of us have to receive the call of death one day. Agree or not? If it is inevitable, we have to board that flight. Our seat number is going to be called. Whether it is called now or 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, 30 minutes later, how does that matter? Do we complain in the flight when we are called? We are taking a flight back home and we are called, hey, why you are calling me? Pehle inko lo, inko lo, inko lo. Aisa bolte hain? Southwest? First come, first serve. Mrityu sarva harascha. We have to do so much bhakti. We have to come so close to Radha Krishna that when death calls, my Krishna has called, I am ready. Hare Krishna. Ami jato amucha gawa. Amsa Ram Ram. Tukaram Maharaj. He was ready. He was ready. Can we be ready like that? Please. Krishna will take care. Avashya Rakshi by Krishna. We don't have to worry. We have to be ready to go. But we will be ready when we develop attachment for Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness.
What happened to the baby?
Huh?
What happened to the baby?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I have this habit of Bhishma Dev को ऐसे ही छोड़ दिया. Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj को भी.
Next day, the 10th day, I think it was
10th day, yes,
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
didn't do the 10th day yet.
We have to do. We will do it in less than 10 days. Next Friday. After many years, Srila Sridhar Swami came to that village, his hometown. Now he was a big sannyasi. And it turned out that his son had become a very nice Brahmin, very nice boy. What happened was, next day morning, early morning, the neighbors came to the house, knowing that a child has been born, mother has died, the Sridhar will need help. So the neighbors went and they were issueless, they didn't have any children. So they went to help out with some milk, cow's milk, and they found a child abandoned. Krishna's mercy. This is Krishna. We were wanting a child, Krishna has given us a child. They brought the child, took the child home, and raised the child as their own. Child also Haribol, Sridhar Swami also Haribol, neighbors also Haribol. Happy ending. And we got Sridhar Swami's Tika, we are also Haribol. Haribol! This is spiritual pleasure.
Like a baby abandoned or like a mother abandoned like a young child, 8-year-old, like, and they are generally arrested. I mean, in today's scenario, if they find out the mom abandoned the child or, the father abandoned the child and they literally arrest the parents. So I was just wondering that.
Thousands of years.
When we hear the Rasa Leela, does it mean now we have to find out which avenue we can, which hall we can have a Rasa Leela now? These stories in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the lives of Acharyas, we have to understand what is the lesson that is there for us. If the father, by quitting family life, can become Srila Sridhar Swami, then he should quit. He should abandon the child. Krishna will take care. But if we leave the family and then we watch Netflix, or we start seeing the latest news, what happened, how is Trump's week going, what did Trump do this week, that is our meditation, then we are not fit for the renounced order of life. Someone can become like Sridhar Swami, then yes. It could not have ended badly because Sridhar Swami was so completely detached to Krishna, so completely detached from the world and attached to Krishna. Then avashya rakshive Krishna. Krishna will perhaps not make the sun disappear and then rise again for us. Krishna, my project is due at midnight. Please stop the clock. I have chanted my 16 rounds. May not work. But for Jayadratha and Arjun, where is Arjun? Pure devotee. So we should not imitate the great souls, but we should understand the principle of renunciation, detachment from this world. We should understand the principle that actually Krishna is the maintainer. We take so much anxiety because we think I am the doer. Karta aham iti manyate. But actually, Krishna is the doer. Krishna is the ability in man. Let's continue the purport. Your doubt is gone? Nashta moha smritir labda. We have to maturely understand what lesson we can draw from a particular part of the Shastra. And we should not try to, or we should not think that I have to imitate this behavior. It is not possible. These are great souls and their lives are, Krishna designs their life as very extraordinary. So that ordinary people like us, when we hear, we feel inspired. So we don't have to do exactly what they did, but we have to understand the principle behind what they did and accept that principle in our life. Like last time we discussed, Hanumanji carrying big mountain peaks and throwing them in the ocean. If the squirrel thinks, which mountain can I pick up? I'm not able to pick up. Let me join Gold's gym. Let me work out for some time. Ram, wait, then I will come. Give me some protein powder. Let me go to board gym. The squirrel can spend the rest of the life trying, but it will never succeed. So we have to understand what is our dharma. The dharma for the squirrel is to make the bridge soft by filling in the sand. So Lord Ram can walk on soft sand. And the work of Nala, Neel, Angad, Sugriv, Hanuman is to, and Jambavan is to throw big mountains in the ocean to construct the bridge. So everybody has a role to play. We have to understand what we have to learn and what we have to do. Okay. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, Shri Yamunacharya, a great devotee in Krishna consciousness, said. Everybody has the purport in front of you? Please repeat. Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Prabhuji is displaying. Shripad Yamunacharya has written this beautiful verse. Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Nava nava rasadhamnya udyatam rantumasi. Tavadhivatanari sangame smaryamane. Bhavati mukha vikara sushtu nishtivanam cha. Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Tava nava rasadhamni udyatam rantumasi. Tadavadhipatanari sangame smaryamane. Bhavati mukha vikara sushtu nishtivanam cha. Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Nava nava rasadhamni udyatam rantumasi. Tadavadhipatanari sangame smaryamane. Bhavati mukha vikaraha sushtu nishtivanam cha. Sudevi sing. Let's pass it to Sudevi. Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Nava nava rasadhamni udyatam rantumasi. Tadavadhipatanari sangame smaryamane. Bhavati mukha vikara sushtu nishtivanam cha. Since I have been engaged in the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna, Yadavadhi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. Since I am serving Krishna, nava nava rasa. I am tasting newer and newer pleasures in serving Krishna. And whenever I think of enjoying this material world, Nari Sangame, Bhavati Mukha Vikaram Sushtu nishchivanam cha. My lips curl in distaste and I spit at the thought of material sense gratification. Why? Because param drishtva nivar. I have got a higher taste. A person in Brahma Yoga or Krishna consciousness is so absorbed in loving service of Lord Krishna that he loses his taste for material sense pleasure altogether. Even the highest pleasure in the material world loses taste. The whole world is moving under its spell, and a materialist cannot work at all without this motivation of sense gratification. But a person engaged in Krishna consciousness can work with greater vigor without any material pleasure. Greater vigor. That is the test in spiritual realization. This is the test. Spiritual realization and material pleasure go ill together. Spiritual realization and material pleasure go ill together. This we have to understand. A Krishna conscious person is not attracted to any kind of sense pleasure due to his being a liberated soul. Liberated soul means no interest in the material. What a beautiful verse, isn't it? Since I am practicing Krishna consciousness, my mind is in Cheta Krishna, means Krishna conscious. Cheta means consciousness. Nava nava rasa dhammi udyatam rantum asit. I am tasting newer and newer flavors in Krishna consciousness. It's not boring. It's newer and newer happiness and bliss I am tasting. Swadu swadu pade pade. That material pleasure, I spit at the thought of material pleasure. Chhi, thu, so horrible. What I was doing. Would you like to know a little bit about Sripad Yamunacharya, who wrote this beautiful verse that Srila Prabhupada is quoting? Next Friday. Because even if I start now, I was supposed to do it, I prepared, I was supposed to do it today, but there's no time. Sripad Yamunacharya is one of the 12 alvars of the Shri Sampradaya. It's one of the 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya. Shri Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya. Which Sampradaya are we in? Brahma Sampradaya. Brahma Sampradaya. Many years ago, around 1100 years ago, there was a very great scholar. And with great scholarship comes great pride. With great scholarship comes great pride, arrogance. Humse badkar kaun. So this Pandit became a world champion Pandit in those days. World champion means Indian champion. Because in those days, most of the educated Vedic scholars were in Bharat Bhumi. So he had a Vijay Patra where he would travel to different places where there were Vidwana. He would debate with them about Shastra, defeat them and say, "Chal, sign kar. Sign your name that you have been defeated by me." And that Vijay Patra he used to take everywhere. And he became a Digvijay Pandit. Around 1100 years from now. He came to Sri Rangam. Because he knew in Sri Rangam, holy place, many Brahman, many learned scholars. And he challenged. Anybody wants to debate with me? And many Brahmanas, to save their reputation, they came. They were thoroughly defeated. The king invited him to his court. King of the Chola dynasty. And he was very impressed by this Digvijay Pandit. He said, "Whatever it is, you stay in my kingdom only. Citizenship. I grant you citizenship. You become Pandit, royal Pandit, and you teach my children. You be with me in my court. If I have any, you become the Shastric advisory. counsel for me. I will ask you any questions. It's okay. So he accepted. Very lucrative offer. He accepted it. Stayed there as the king's Pandit. All other Pandits were his servants. And the king loved him. I have got the greatest Pandit in my kingdom, in my palace. Very happy. But his arrogance continued. The king, he also went on a conquering mission. And there was another neighboring kingdom, smaller one. And this king, he captured it, conquered it. And the king and the queen were killed. And they had a young boy who became orphan. One day he is a prince. Another day he is nobody, orphan. But he was raised as a very nice child. He was 7 or 8 years old when this happened. So he became the subject of the king who murdered his parents. You see? Because that kingdom became the king's kingdom, who had that Digvijay Pandit. So he was living like a normal citizen. And this Digvijay Pandit went there to debate the newly conquered kingdom, to show his supremacy. And everybody submitted to it. But this boy, the orphan, who used to be the prince, he said, I will debate with you. So, bacha, go first. You graduate from a Gurukul, then you can challenge me. Now even your milk teeth have not fallen. Go. He said, are you afraid of me? Is that why you are? He said, I'm challenging you fair and square. Just debate with me. Why are you judging me by my age? Is that very intelligent of you? To judge somebody by their age? Was Shukdev Goswami the eldest person in the assembly where he spoke Bhagavatam? Why are you focusing so much on the material body? That my body is only 7 years old. Your body is 50 years old. Don't think like that. That's a very low level of thinking. Come on, debate with me. Oh, all right. Come to the palace. Come to my home ground. In front of the king, in front of everyone, I will debate. This boy said, okay, I will debate. But if I have to debate a royal Pandit like you in the royal court, then send a royal palki for me to come there. Then I will debate. I said, okay, it will be sent. I said, and there should be a procession of musicians, brahmanas chanting mantras. Because after all, I am coming to debate with the royal Pandit. You don't want to debate with just an orphan from the road, right? You want to, yes, everything will be sent. Tomorrow we will debate. Okay. Next day, the royal palanquin came, brahmanas chanting mantras and elephants and boom, trumpets and everything. He was brought to the palace. It's a debate between a 7-year-old boy from the kingdom that we just conquered and the royal Pandit. The royal Pandit said, you ask me a question, child, and I will answer. I know I will answer. And then I will ask you a question, and you answer. Okay? All right. So this child says, my dear Pandit, I will make a statement, and you just prove that statement. Okay? My statement is, that this king is a very sinful man. Now prove it. What? Oh, audacious. Look at him. He's coming to this great Chhatrapati Samrat king, and even to think like this is sinful. To think that our great king, who is keeping all of us safe, is sinful. To think like that is sinful. King, punish him. What a statement he's making. He said, don't take it personally, Pandit. We're just debating. I made a statement, and all I'm saying is you prove my statement to be true. The king is a very sinful man. He says, no, this cannot be done. The king is not sinful. Okay, let's go to the second sentence, second statement. Now the king is sitting, his wife, queen is sitting, and they have a Rajkumar, nice son who is sitting next to them. Second statement is, the queen is barren. She has no child. Prove this statement. Pandit said, what is it? Sitting with a prince. They have a son. How can you say that she is barren? She has no children. It's nonsense. You're speaking what is not true. So, okay. Don't take it too personally. My third statement. Our wonderful queen is totally unchaste. She has many husbands. Okay, this is too much. King, before he speaks another thing, pull his tongue out. And the king is also furious. What kind of statements he's making the 7-year-old child in the court, in a debate, philosophical debate. He gives the order to the soldiers. Pull his tongue out, this audacious child. As the soldiers are going, the queen is laughing. Although the jokes are being pointed at her, she said, wait. Don't do this. He's just a child. He's just a child. Don't pull his tongue out. That's not the way to treat guests. We invited him to the court. He's our guest. Atithi. The Pandit said, okay, I give up. I cannot prove your 3 statements to be true. Can you? The boy said, if I prove that the king is very sinful, if I prove that the mother of that prince doesn't have any child, is barren, and if I prove that the queen has many husbands, will you accept defeat, Panditji? He said, of course I will accept defeat. Was this statement, especially a statement that she is barren? Come on, this is ridiculous. Okay. Here we go. Statement number 1. What was statement number 1?
He's sinful.
Kidney stones?
Kid.
The king is very sinful. The king is very simple. So the small child, 7-year-old, he said, according to Manu Samhita, it is said that 1/6 of the sins of the Praja go to the Raja.
What?
It's just the law of nature. When we take the position of a king or administrator, president, prime minister, whatever it is, when we become the executive head, 1/6 of the sins of all the dependents come to the king. That is the law of Manu Samhita. So king, although you are a very pious king and you do Agnihotra Yajna every day and all these things, Pandits are chanting mantras and you are a nice king, but there are people in your kingdom who commit sins. Can that be denied? No. You have a jail, right? Yes. Because there are sinful people in your kingdom. So all 1/6 of all the sins you get. So therefore I say that you are a sinful man. Manu Samhita says that. Okay. And the second point, that the queen, who is the mother of this Rajkumar, has no child. So this 7-year-old boy quotes another verse from Manu Samhita, where it says that if a mother has only one child, then she is as good as barren. All karma kand, but it's there. It's in the Shastra. That if someone has only one child, then she is considered to be barren. So he said, our queen has a very nice lady, but she has only one child, the Rajkumar. So according to Manu Samhita, she is barren. Hum do, hamare do. Okay, point number 3. How can you? I have never looked at another man in my life. This is my king. I'm a completely Dharma Patni, completely chaste wife. You have many husbands. Many husbands. Okay, prove this. The boy says, according to Manu Samhita, according to Shastra, all the devatas reside in the body of the king. Indra is there, Surya is there, because the king is the sum total representative of all the devatas. So all the devatas, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, they are living in the body of the king. And are you not married to him? Yes, I am married, sir. You have many husbands. So in this way, in a very joking way, but based on Shastra, this boy defeated the Pandit. The Pandit had to fall at the feet of this boy, 7-year-old boy. It was so great. And the queen was laughing like anything. She was having such a fun because she hated this arrogant Pandit. And it was so much fun for her to see him get thoroughly defeated. So then the king was also happy. The king said, I want to give you some gift, ask for anything. He said, I will take whatever mother queen gives. The queen says, Prabhu, I want to give him 50% of our kingdom, which was bigger than his original kingdom. So 50% of the kingdom was given to this boy. Now imagine there is a huge kingdom with a 7-year-old king. 7-year-old king. Now king is supposed to fight every war himself. Won't that kingdom become the target of all enemy states? Such an easy prey. Just conquer that kingdom. 7-year-old king. But this 7-year-old boy was something. He was too good. He had such astute sense of administration. Just like he was very philosophical, he was very devoted to Krishna, and he was a great manager. He knew exactly how to draw the war strategy. Okay, now put so many soldiers there, do this diplomacy, usko idhar bulao, usko dinner ko bulao, call that king, we'll go there. Such diplomacy, he kept his kingdom very safe, and slowly he expanded his kingdom also. And his kingdom became one of the most stable, greatest kingdoms in Bharat. This king. When he was staying with his parents, who were murdered, he had a pure Vaishnava guru. And at the age of 5, he was initiated also. And for 2 years, he had lived in the Gurukul. Although he was a prince, he was in training. 2 years he had lived in the Gurukul of his Gurudev. Now his parents get killed, the prince becomes an orphan debates, gets 50% of the kingdom, gets completely engrossed in management and administration, completely forgets his 2 years of training in the Gurukul, Adhyatmic training, spiritual training, and gets totally engrossed in money, management, administration, Kshatriya duties. Completely forgets Krishna. It is said that at the age of 7, he had all the important Shastras like Bhagavad Gītā, Bhagavatam Kanthastha. But he forgot everything because out of practice, out of touch. And he went into his 40s. That 7-year-old boy is now 40 years old. He's a great king, but almost 30 plus years, he has been completely out of touch with spirituality. All he's doing is management, administration, his kingly duties. Are you with me so far? Back at the Gurukul, his guru is crying that my disciple, yes, he has become the king, but he's wasting his life. He's completely running after material pleasures. Because as a king, you get the best food. You have royal cooks asking you menu. Aaj kya bana hai? Breakfast kya lo gaya hai? Batao. Not just idli and rasam every day. Gourmet cooking. They had special gardens where whatever he liked, fruits, vegetables were grown. Best cows giving milk, best organic rice, this and that, everything, whatever he wanted. Best cooks were cooking for him. This guru was crying that my disciple is completely after sense pleasures. Let us conquer this kingdom. The treasury has so many gold coins. Bring them. Ye tax collect karo, aisa karo, waisa karo. He's completely into money and sense enjoyment. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Ahar Nidra Bhay Maithun. What has happened to my disciple? And in this anxiety, the Guru died. But before dying, he gave a instruction to his favorite student, who was a brahmachari. This brahmachari was the batchmate of the king. So now he's 40 years old. The Guru must be 80 something and he's died. But he gave him some instruction. Now this king is ruling the kingdom, very happy. He's completely success story, greatest kingdom. One day his royal cook makes a certain spinach vegetable for him. And that spinach is so delicious. It has a different flavor. And the king loves it. He tells the cook, excellent vegetable. Where did you get it from? He said, I don't know. One sadhu came from deep forest and he gave this spinach. He grows it somewhere in the forest. I don't know. It's very nice. Very nice. Please tell that man that it is very nice. Oh, I don't know. He just came and donated it to the royal kitchen. But if he comes again, I will tell him. 1 week goes by. Nothing happens. 1 week later, on the same day, next week, the sadhu again comes and gives that green spinach. This is an offering for the king. And again, the cook makes nice spinach sabji and the king loves it. It was so nice. Did he come again? Yes, he had come today and I told him, the king loves your sabji. Keep bringing it as often as you can. He said he will come next week also, same day. Next week, same day, again he brought the spinach. Such a delicious spinach. The king had never tasted. He again ate. This went on week after week after week. And the king used to wait for that day of the week when the spinach will come from the forest. And after a few months, this sadhu stopped bringing the spinach. And that day of the week came, no spinach. The king asked, hey, what happened? That sadhu didn't come? No news. Weeks went by, months went by, no news of that sadhu. And the king was getting restless. Finally, after a few months, that sadhu showed up again. But this time he had no spinach with him. The royal cook said, wait, the king wants to meet you. He was taken to the king. He was ushered inside. The king said, where have you been? I really like the spinach you bring, but you just disappeared. What happened to the spinach? He said, I will give it to you, but on one condition. My Gurudev, it grows in the ashram of my Gurudev. My Gurudev said, you have to come. That spinach is just a token. Actually, my Gurudev has kept a treasure for you. Such a treasure that you don't have such a treasure even in your royal treasury. My Gurudev has kept for you as the king. But you have to come with me and you have to come all alone. Then I will give you that treasure. And I'll give you some spinach also. The king says, okay. The sadhu says, but you cannot come dressed as a king. You have to wear the clothes of a Vaishnava. He said, what is that? This sadhu told him, you forgot when you were at Gurukul what you used to wear? Simple dhoti and chadar. Put Vaishnava tilak and come with me. I will take you. Give you such a treasure that you will never have to conquer any country. That treasure will last you for a lifetime. Okay. This king dressed up as a Vaishnava, put Vaishnava tilak and started following behind that sadhu. And all along the way, this sadhu was chanting Harinam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hearing that chanting, this king was remembering his Gurukul days. Although it was just 2 years, but those memories were revived. How I was so spiritual when I was staying with my Guru. What happened to me? It has been decades since I have chanted like this. Oh, it is so much pleasurable to chant Harinam. What am I doing with my life? All these thoughts started coming. After trekking for many days, after several days, they reached the ashram of the Guru. And when the king reached the ashram, that nostalgia came. Oh, I've been here before. I have been here before. Yes, I remember that tree. I remember that kutir. Oh, where is our Gurudev? Where is our Gurudev? I remember I was in this Gurukul only. So this sadhu says, come, I will take you to Gurudev. And he took him to the samadhi of the Guru. And on the samadhi of the Guru was the Guru's personal copy, handwritten copy of Bhagavad Gita. Same Gita that we are reading. And this sadhu, who was his batchmate in Gurukul, said, now you sit here, it is Gurudev's instruction that for 40 days, you and me have to sit here and study the Bhagavad Gita together. And for 40 days, this king, imagine what is happening in the kingdom. Everybody is, where did the king go? He went to get some spinach. He has disappeared. Has disappeared. For 40 days, the king sat with that sadhu, who was the next acharya, learning Bhagavad Gita from. 40-day Bhagavad Gita course. Detailed study. He completed that, and all his Krishna consciousness, which was lost, was revived. And he said, now I don't want to go back to my kingdom. And he delegated some ministers to take over the kingdom and manage it. And he remained in the ashram of his guru. And he became Shripad Yamunacharya. So when Yamunacharya is writing this shlok, that since I have started practicing Krishna consciousness, Nari Sangam Sukh, all those pleasures as a king that I have enjoyed, they have become distasteful for me. When I think of what I was living, those 30 years as a king, my lips curl in distaste and I spit at the thought. All the diplomacy I had to do, all the money and dollars counting I had to do and all, it's all nonsense. This is so much better. And he became the next Acharya of the Shri Sampradaya. He became one of the 12 Alvars. And he became the Guru of Shripad Ramanujacharya. This boy who debated and defeated the Pandit, who became the king, who became a sadhu, who became an Acharya, was the Guru of Shripad Ramanujacharya, who wrote this verse that Srila Prabhupada is quoting. This is the power of devotee association. Please repeat. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. When we perform bhakti, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita, Janayati Ashu, very quickly it creates Jnana and Vairagya. Divine knowledge of Krishna and complete renunciation from the material world comes ready with the suitcase. That comes by practicing bhakti. That comes practicing bhakti. So this was the message of today's verse. Any key takeaways or any questions? You can raise your hand. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Yes.
Thank you so much for wonderful. The reflection I would like to share is material enjoyment has always a beginning and an end, but spiritual pleasure just keeps on increasing. I really like how you mentioned about how we have to keep our bag ready always, because we don't know what the next moment is. Yesterday, I think I was listening to Vaisheshika Maharaj, and he mentioned our japa bag is the launch pad. I really like that point. So
Yeah.
it reminded me of that.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Nice. Any other reflections? Yes.
I have a question.
Question? Okay, beta. Go.
You know, Kirtan, our Kirtans, they always have a beginning and an end.
Actually, the Kirtan never ends. Because we continue chanting even after Kirtan. What happens after Kirtan? There is Narsimha-arti. What happens Narsimha-arti? Mahaprasade Govinde. What do we say when we meet each other? Hari Bol. What do we say when we are going? Hari Bol, thank you, Hare Krishna. Kirtan is going on. Next day morning again we'll get up and we'll chant Hare Krishna. At night also we hear Kirtan of Krishna. So in a devotee's life, the kirtan goes on and on and on. There is no ending. How the vacation ends, that we don't say that, okay, Saturday, Sunday, no chanting. We never take break. So Krishna consciousness continues every day, day after day. It never ends. Anandam buddhi vardhanam prati padam. At every step, the happiness of Krishna consciousness keeps on increasing as we practice it. Okay? Achyut Kishore Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It's not based on today's class. Basically, there is so much to do in traditional consciousness, like in terms of spiritualism. We started from Bhagavad Gītā and then 12 cantos of the Bhagavad, and then we move on to CP, and then Upanishads we need to read. Then we have Bhagavad Ramayana, we have Bhagavad also to read in all the time.
Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Brahma Samhita, Upadeshamrit.
The sweet thoughts and life. So how do we consistently do, and even change once, we will not remember for a long time, we will forget. So how do we, in such short time, actually go?
Why is it kind of reflection?
Oh, yeah, let me respond to this question.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bahushastra Bahuvakya Chitta Brahma. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu says that if we read too many books, if we hear too many statements, Chitta Brahma, our conscious, our mind will become Brahmit, we will become bewildered. So therefore, we have to do specialization. We have to do specialization. And our specialization is mainly 3 books: Bhagavad Gītā, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bas. Bhagavad Gītā, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Where we want to go in the spiritual world, these 3 books will give us. Now, we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So, we would like to read the different commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. We will read Shat Sandarbhas of Srila Jiva Goswami. We may read Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which is a further explanation of Bhakti that is mentioned in Bhagavatam. We will read Srila Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Vaishnava Toshani Tika. We will read Chakravarti Thakur's Sarabha Darshini Tika. We will read Srila Sridhar Swami's Tika. So, but everything is in connection to Bhagavatam. They are all commentaries on Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Charitamrita we will read, then we will feel, okay, let me read a little bit more about the childhood pastime. So we'll read Chaitanya Bhagavat also. But the center is Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then we'll read some Chaitanya Bhagavat, some Chaitanya Mangal, like that. And Bhagavad Gītā also same thing. We'll read the different commentaries, like Srila Prabhupada has commented, Baldev Vidyabhushan has commented, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented. We'll read. But our central focus is 3 books only: Bhagavad Gītā, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. And fortunately, Srila Prabhupada has commented on all these 3 books. And in Srila Prabhupada's commentary, the essence, important points of all the Acharya commentaries are there. So even if we just read these 3 books that Prabhupada has given us, Srimad Bhagavad Gītā, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, we don't have to read anything else. And Vaishnava Songbook, Bhajans of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, more than enough for us. We don't have to read the Upanishads, because this is Gita Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita is an Upanishad. It is there. And Ishopanishad Prabhupada has given. So, Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Shri Bhagavatam Ishyade. Yad Rasamrita Triptasya Nanyad Atra Pratikvachit. That it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Shri Bhagavatam Ishyade. The Sar, essence of all the Vedas, including Upanishads, Vedas, Puranas, is Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Shri Bhagavatam Ishyate. Yad Rasamrita Triptasya Nanyad Atra Pratikvachit. One will not have rati for anything else once we have tasted the sweetness nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to focus on these 3 books. We should not go too much after reading too many books. We should specialize. So these books we should read again and again. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, we should read 108 times. He read it himself. Then 8 times. So like that. Should it again and again and again. Just be completely dipped in Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Yes. You want to pass the microphone? Okay. There are devotees on Zoom also.
Hare Krishna. As we saw in Shloka 21 that we are happiness and the beginning and spiritual not the beginning and but I don't spiritual there is no beginning also. Then like how does that mean? There is no end that I understand because it is endless. Beginning is like something has to be like anything hard to feel. Something like to begin with that I want to do consciousness, that I want to do a lot of more bhakti or something good or like that.
Can you pass the microphone? Hare Krishna. If you go to Antarctica, what will you find there? Snow, ice, snow. How long has that ice been ice? Practically.
No idea.
But what is that ice in Antarctica? Chemically, it is H2O. It is water. And what is the nature of water? To flow. Fluidity is the dharma of water. It's the constitutional nature of water to flow. But it's not flowing in Antarctica. It's solid ice. And it's been ice when my grandfather was there. It's been ice when my great-grandfather was there on this planet. We are exactly like the ice of Antarctica. Our nature is H2. Our nature is to flow. Our nature is to love Krishna. But we have been in this material for so long that if we tell anyone, hey, actually my nature is to flow. Oh no, you are solid ice glacier of Antarctica. You have always been like this. Jivera swarup hai Krishnera nityadas, Krishnera tatasati bheda bhed prakash. It is mentioned in the Shastra that Jivera swarup hai Krishnera nityadas. It is the nature of the soul to be a loving servant of Krishna eternally. Mamaya amsha, jiva loka, jiva bhuta sanatan. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that sanatan means forever, eternally you are mine. Mamaya amsha, aap mere ansh ho. Bhagwan anshi hai, hum Bhagwan ke ansh hai. Shashwat, always, eternally. But coming in this material world, Krishna bhuliya se jiv anadi bahirmukh. Ataiva mayakare deha samsar dukh. Krishna bhuliya se jiv anadi bahirmukh. By forgetting Krishna, we are suffering in this world. And when did we forget Krishna? Anadi. Forever. We have been in forgetfulness of Krishna. So we are exactly like the solid ice glacier of Antarctica. It looks like we have always been solid, but no, our nature is to love Krishna. So it may appear that one day we join Bhakti Vriksha and our bhakti begins. But no, our constitutional nature is H2O. Someday that ice will melt. When there is pralaya, the heat will increase so much that everything will melt. And that ice will melt and it will become water again. But originally it is water. Originally it is water. Now it is ice for a long time. So we are in this material for a long time and it seems like Krishna seems like a foreign person. But actually Krishna is closest to us. Krishna is closest to us. There is no one who loves us more than Krishna. That's what we will see next time in Bhishma Dev's story. It seems like Krishna is against Bhishma, but nobody loves Bhishma more than Krishna. When Lord Narsimhadev was ripping Hiranyakashipu to shreds, Tava kara kamala vare nakhamadbhuta shringam dalita Hiranyakashipu tanu pringam. At that time, the associates of Hiranyakashipu were very angry at Narsimhadev. He is killing our king. He is killing our master. Attack. And they were attacking Hiranyakashipu. They were attacking Narsimhadev. But my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, Lord Narasimhadev is ripping Hiranyakashipu to shreds. Hiranyakashipu's wife is crying. Hiranyakashipu's loyal soldiers are hitting and attacking Narasimhadev to prevent the death of Hiranyakashipu. And Maharaj says, in the midst of all this, in the whole palace, nobody loves Hiranyakashipu more than Narasimhadev. That's why Narasimhadev says, oh Hiranyakashipu, give up this abominable life of yours. Come, I will take you to Vaikuntha. To give him liberation, he is killing him. There is love in that. So we are closest to Krishna, it's just that we have forgotten. Krishna bhuliya say jeev anadi bahirmukh. Bahirmukh means we have turned away. Now I am looking here, I don't know, where is Ajay Prabhu? Ajay Prabhu doesn't exist. And this house belongs, this house belongs to Ajay Prabhu. I have never seen Ajay Prabhu. I have turned away from him, he is there. Krishna bhuliya say jeev anadi bahirmukh. Bahirmukh means we turn away from Krishna and then we say there is no Krishna. It's like the lice on the body of a dog. Chicky doesn't have lice, but if a dog has a lice, and that lice, two lice are talking to each other. Do you believe in dogs? I don't think so. They're on the body of the dog. We are sitting on Krishna. This is Vishwarup. Krishna's Vishwarup is the whole universe. And we are saying, we are having conferences discussing, does God exist? Krishna bhuliya seji anadi bahirmukh ataiva mayatare deha samsar dukh. So bhakti has no beginning because bhakti is the dharma of the jiva. Jivera swarup hai Krishna nitya das. Krishna dasatva ye hamara swarup hai. It is our birthright to worship Krishna, to love Krishna, to serve Krishna, because we are Krishna's part. Mamaya amsha jiva loka jiva buddha sarva. We belong to Krishna. But here we take on roles. No. I belong to this subdivision. I belong to this samaj. I belong to this country. I belong to this religion. These are artificial impositions. I am an Indian citizen. Few years later, I will become American citizen. See? A Hindu may become Muslim. Muslim may become Christian. It happens all the time. So these are not the real defining features of the soul. These are superimpositions. You are a Hindu, you are a Christian, you are a Jew. Artificial imposition. But Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das, the real dharma, Jaiva dharma, is to love Krishna. And there is no other dharma. Therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gītā, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksheshyami masmya. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Narasimha, you know, used to sing. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की Srila Prabhupada ki. Now Abhinav will sing Narsimarti. Shilatanka, Shilatanka, Simha Pargo, Yato Yato Simha Vāhe Nasimha Hridaye Nasimha Singha Madev Sarana Apade Adhyuta Singha Kalita Hiranyakashipu Urtahamurengha Haribo! Haribo! Gītā Gaura Haribo! 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 कविनाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, निताई गौर हरि बोल. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees on Zoom also.